The Oculus Quest 2 had a very impressive launch back in late 2020 as it finally allowed virtual reality to enter the consumer market. Now this thing has some incredible stats, but in order to get it down to its $300 price tag, some corners definitely had to be cut. At some point or another, pretty much every Quest 2 owner will have or has had a problem related to the mediocre head strap, sun damage, or even a controller breaking in some way, shape, or form. But throughout all that, there is still one place that does have our backs here, the aftermarket. Now if you know how to take advantage of this aftermarket, you can get a lot of bang for your buck, and for that reason alone, I have compiled a list of the accessories that you absolutely need to make your Quest 2 experience as good as possible. Before we get started, I wanted to mention that mostly everything on this list is made by Kiwi Design. They make incredible Quest 2 accessories that are much cheaper than the alternatives, and I'll link everything in the description below. And with that out of the way, let's get right into the video. One of the Quest 2's biggest issues has always been its weak little head strap. Many people who use this head strap for any more than 30 minutes at a time commonly report having headaches, because while it does do its job, it just doesn't do it very well. And that's why I spent the extra $40 to upgrade to a Kiwi Elite strap. And no, this is not the Elite strap that we've seen broken time and time again. This is its own thing, and it adds a new level of comfort to the headset that the original head strap could never bring. And I mean this when I say it. When I put on the head strap for the first time, it was the closest I've ever been to not feeling a headset at all. And it's also very nice to be able to wind it up into a clean form factor and use the overhead strap for added portability. And on the subject of portability, have you ever really considered where you put this thing when you take it somewhere? If you stuff it into a backpack with a bunch of other objects, then it's very likely that the lenses are going to come out scratched. And if you walk around outside with it, let's just say it's in trouble. The Oculus Quest 2's Fresnel lenses will function exactly like a magnifying glass when held to direct sunlight, in that they will probably burn anything underneath them. And this can leave your Oculus Quest 2 screens in a state of unrepairable ruin. And if you're at all as stressed about this as I am, it's a good time to invest in some lens covers. I got these bundled with a face cover for $11.99 on Amazon, and I honestly love the way that they slip so smoothly over the lenses. And it's also worth noting that the face cover it comes with has a nose cover to prevent any light from leaking in. And now that we've added another level of comfort and protection to our headset, let's do the same thing for our controllers. It's no question that the Quest 2's default wrist straps are pretty cheap and not exactly the most comfortable things out there, so a lot of people don't even use them and in turn break a controller. And if you hate these wrist straps as much as I do, you might want to consider getting Kiwi hand straps. These over-the-knuckle hand straps provide a feeling very similar to the Valve Index controllers, which is great for games like Beat Saber and also makes it way more comfortable. This adds about an inch of length to your controllers, which I personally prefer, but if that's not your thing, you can get a shorter pair for only $30. These wrist straps will also come with 2 silicone protectors for your tracking rings, so that you can pretty much chuck these things anywhere and they will come out unscathed. And while it may seem like we have covered pretty much every necessary accessory for the Quest 2, there is still one point that we haven't quite covered yet: immersion. The key points of feeling like you're inside a video game are not just what you can see, but what you can hear. And while the Quest 2 speakers do have good spatial audio, you can take this to way farther levels if you just use a pair of headphones. And this audio enhancement works very well with games like Beat Saber and Superhot. But before you go order the first pair of headphones you can think of, there is something to consider here. Most over-the-ear headphones will not fit over the Kiwi Elite strap, but fortunately, if you're still using the default head strap, it most likely will fit. However, for those of us who are using an advanced head strap, it would make most sense to use a pair of earbuds. And that concludes our list of accessories needed to turn your Quest 2 up to its maximum capacity. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe. It's always optional and you can change your mind later. Click here if you want to see some Beat Saber content, or click here if you want to see Gorilla Tag. Signing off for now, see ya.